Oh, what's up guys, it's Clifftongasium, and I am back. Today I'm bringing you a 5th gen UU no Wi-Fi battle. So basically, no Wi-Fi clause, we don't know each other's names, so, you know, like 4th gen, but 5th gen, yeah. But because there's no Wi-Fi clause, I don't know his team, he doesn't know my team, so no team previews for this battle. I'm just going to jump straight into it. So he's going to lead off with a Swampert, and I'm going to lead off with my Darmanitan. I really don't like this situation here, so I'm going to hard switch out. I don't actually have U-turn on my Darmanitan. Whatever. I go into my Blastoise just to absorb the Hydro Pump, or the rocks. You know, if he goes to the rocks, I can spin next turn, because he won't want to stay in. But no, he just goes for a Hydro Pump. I'm fine with that. I go for the Toxic knowing that he probably won't want to stay in, and I can Toxic whatever he goes into, and if he has a Zapdos, he will go into that. He does go into his Zapdos, so I do manage to get my Toxic off, which is amazing. Because I've got this Toxic off now, this Zapdos is going to be crippled more and more as the battle goes on. And, you know, a Toxic Zapdos is an amazing thing to come up against. I predict the Thunderbolt here and go into my Registeel. Registeel can take Thunderbolts for days. Now, I make a kind of strange prediction and think, if he's got an Arcanine, he'll go into it now because it's a good switching on for my Registeel. So I go for a Thunder Wave. He does actually go into his Arcanine here, and I managed to Thunder Wave an Arcanine. So turn 4, I've got Zapdos Toxic and an Arcanine Paralysed. I am happy with myself right now because I'm predicting this guy. Now I'm going to go into my Blastoise, as I predict the Flare Blitz to come, because the Flare Blitz would do a lot of damage to my Registeel. So obviously the Flare Blitz comes, and as you can see there, it's Fire Gem boosted, which is kind of mad, so I'm lucky that didn't hit my Registeel, because that definitely would have OHKO'd it. Even with the mad defense and the 252 EVs in HP. Here, I Toxic, predicting a switch. He could have gone into his Zapdos again, but, you know, I just Toxic for the sake, just in case he doesn't go into the Zapdos. I do manage to get into the Slowbro, and I go for a Roar here, just to sort of scout a move, to scout the set, see if he wants to go for a Calm Mind or something. I roar him into the Arcanine. Good Roar for me. I'm just, you know, going to go for the safe Scald, but he's going to know that that's probably coming and going into his Zapdos. But whatever, it doesn't bother me. I'm going to be able to get some damage off on this Zapdos. Obviously, it's not going to be a lot of damage because my Blastoise doesn't have any investment in special attack. But whatever, damage is damage, and it's slowly but surely going to take this Zapdos down for me. Here I'm going to switch into my Registeel, predicting another Thunderbolt from this thing. But unfortunately for me, he pulls a crit Paralyzation on me, and I'm like, wow, dude, really? Really, dude? Come on. That's ridiculous. But whatever, hacks be hacks. I'm going to play on with it. I'm just going to switch out into my Blastoise, kind of expecting a Heat Wave here. And what it does do for me, because he hits me with a Heat Wave, my Blastoise is actually specially defensive. And it's going to put some more toxic damage on the Zapdos, thus making it weaker. I'm like, this is fine. I can handle this. Here I predict a switch. Don't know what he's going to go to, but I'm just going to roar anyway, just to see if I can discover a new poke on his team. I do discover the Machamp, but roaring back into the Slowbro. That's okay with me though, because I'm pretty sure that this Slowbro is probably going to Toxic this turn, so I'm just going to go into my Registeel, because Registeel's a Steel type, but it's Paralysed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But he does predict that and go for a Scald. It's not going to do much damage to me, but hey, damage is damage, like I said on the Zapdos. Registeel kind of walls everything on his team, and with Registeel and the Blastoise, I can just switch between his Zapdos. Here he goes into his B-Sharp, however, as I go for a Shadow Claw, trying to hit that Slowbro. I know it wouldn't have done much, but damage is damage. I'm repeating myself again. Here I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave, hoping he doesn't go for this substitute on the first turn. Unluckily for me, he does go for the substitute, so my Thunder Wave is going to get off. Now I'm kind of panicking. I'm like, oh crap. This thing can now Swords Dance and Brick Break and Sucker Punch me to death. I'm like, this is kind of scary, man. I really don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm just going to go for a Seismic Toss. Luckily for me, I don't get the Para Hacks. Do manage to break his substitute, which is all fine and good for me. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to spam these Seismic Tosses now. Because every time he sets up a substitute, he's wasting HP. So I'm cool with that. I know I can live maybe a Brick Break from 75% now, so the Seismic Toss is my best option, but he goes for an Iron Head, and I'm like, oh god, oh no, because I'm going to get Paralysed. I'm like, okay, I can live one more, just please, don't get Paralysed, don't get flinched, because you will do so much damage with the seismic toss, but he's gonna flinch me, you know. What else would it be? What else would Pokemon be if I didn't get para-flinched by a B-Sharp? Come on now. So this last Iron Head is just gonna take me out. Not really bothered. Registeel, it was useful for the Zapdos, but I got hacks to bits on that thing. A crit power and then the para-flinch, so I'm just gonna go into my Blastoise just because I can roar him out. And because of Blastoise's natural defense stat and 252 HP, I know I'm going to easily be able to just live the hit and roar him out into the Zapdos, which I didn't want him to go into. So here I'm going to switch into my Rhyperior, expecting him to go for a Thunderbolt, but he doesn't actually go for a Thunderbolt. He goes for a Roost, which is a very good play on his part, because now that Zapdos has got a lot more survivability. And I'm like, I need to hit a Rock Slide, because I'm pretty sure I can live a Hidden Power Grass from this range. I think it was iffy, and I'm pretty sure that was probably min damage. But I do hit the Rock Slide, and I'm like, yes! I now have you Earthquake trapped. And what I mean by that is, if he attacks me and kills me, he dies to Toxic. If he Roosts, he dies to Earthquake. So I'm happy to let Rhyperior die here. He's going to go for the Hidden Power Grass, just to make sure Rhyperior does go down. And then the Zapdos, obviously, is going to die to the Toxic damage. All fine for me. Zapdos is really a big threat to my team. So I'm like, it's cool. Don't worry about it. The Zapdos is gone. I can now start to do things. I'm going to go into my Darmanitan as he goes into his Machamp on the double down. Here I act like a bit of an idiot. I go for the Zen Headbutt, trying to pull a flinch, just to be a little bit of a... just to be a nasty person, really. But obviously it doesn't pay, because he hits me with a Dynamic Punch and confuses me. And on the next turn, something even more wonderful happens. That's right. Yeah, Darmanitan hits itself in confusion. So if I'd have gone for the Flare Blitz, I would have killed that, and Darmanitan would still be alive. But that kind of serves me right, really, doesn't it? And yeah, so now I'm down at 5-3. I'm kind of in the corner here. I need to start doing some dirty boxing, so I'm going to go into my Scarfed Shaman. Obviously, he doesn't know it's Scarfed, it's the first time he's seen it. So I'm going to go for that big Seed Flare, finish off the Machamp. I think Shaman's naturally faster than Machamp anyway, so the Scarf isn't revealed yet, and this switch out on the Arcanine is a pretty obvious switch. It's not something I wouldn't do. I go into my Mismagius, and he's going to hit me with a Flare Blitz, and I'm like, whoa, okay, that is a lot of damage. I think I'm just going to attack this thing. He obviously does not want this Arcanine to die. He wants to use it on the Shaman, so he goes into a Slowbro on my Shadow Ball, and I'm like, oh yes, this is the first time you've messed up, and this may just cost you the game, because Mismagius is going to be able to outspeed the Slowbro the next turn, and that means I would have taken down the Slowbro and the Zapdos, and they were the two biggest like walls to my team, and I'm like, yes, this is amazing. I'm like, I can really do some work here now. I've got my Mismagius left. I'm going to taunt the B-Sharp, because I know he substituted last time, so he's probably going to want to do it again. Taunt comes off, I'm like, huh, stuck on that B-Sharp. You can't sub up, and you can't Swords Dance. Now I'm just going to go for this Shadow Ball, even though I know the Sucker Punch is coming. But here, here's a Dark Gem boosted Sucker Punch, and he kind of just wasted it on Mismagius there. But whatever floats your boat, dude. I'm now going to go into my Shaman. He does not know this thing is Scarfed yet. And he hits me with the Sucker Punch. I know I can live it because I calced it. My Earth Power will kill because he's under half, and I'm max special attack. So the B-Sharp goes down. I'm in really good shape now, because all he's got is the Paralysed Arcanine and the Swampert. He's going to go into his Arcanine. I calc that I can live the E-Speed, and I'm like, yes, because I know I'm going to kill him off with the Earth Power here. And then I know that I only need to make the safe switch into Blastoise on the Swampert and get one Scald off, and I'm guaranteed to kill him with a Giga Drain. So here he brings in his Swampert. I'm going to go into my Blastoise, and that's pretty much game. He hits me with the Hydro Pump. I'm going to hit him with a Scald next turn. Luckily for me, I do manage to pull a Burn here, which is kind of hacks, but whatever. I've already won the game anyway, so it doesn't matter. He misses the Hydro Pump as well. The Scald hits him, his Hydro Pump hits me, Blastoise goes down, he's almost dies to the Burn, he's only at 4%, so there's no way he's going to survive the Shaman, and the Shaman's just going to Giga Drain him away, and Scarf Shaman does work. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this battle. I know I did. I had a lot of fun narrating it as well, and maybe you'll see me next time.